Now we are still a few hours away from it making landfall. You've been tracking it all throughout the day today, so we kind of want to see where that's all going to happen.
All right, so the strongest winds are obviously right around the center of the storm, and it's where we're finding some of the heaviest rain bands as well. Let me go ahead and show you the radar. Now that we're close to shore, we can easily see that eye being picked up near Corpus Christi, still about 40 miles offshore at this point. So moving to the northwest about 10 miles per hour. That is still on track for about a 9-10 o'clock landfall tonight, but the heavy rains have already started extending pretty much to the Louisiana coastline, with heavy rains now falling through Houston and Galveston as well. And as this slowly moves to the northwest, we're going to continue to see strong gusty winds only picking up, and then we just begin to see our threat with flooding. Here's the very latest. Winds now up to 125 miles per hour. So this has strengthened a little bit since our last check, and that's going to continue to move on shore. And then zooming in a little bit, notice how it sets up camp here, kind of bobbles around before very slowly drifting toward the east later in the week. And this is setting up for an intense flooding situation. We are talking about some models going as high as 50 inches. I didn't misspeak there. 50 inches of rain associated with this storm in some spots before this starts to work its way back on out of here. Something we are taking very, very seriously. And one of the bigger things about this was just a couple of days ago, we were talking about making landfall as a Category 1, and now we've got a major hurricane just hours away.
We've seen that this summer. We saw Tropical Storm Emily that really just came out of nowhere one day, and then this Harvey went from a tropical depression to now a Category 3. So how does this all happen? How does it kind of
come out of nowhere?
It feels like it comes out of nowhere. We know you're tracking it, but how does that happen?
So in the case of Harvey, models don't handle things that don't happen very often very well. So it's not uncommon for them to underestimate some of these ones that ultimately end up rapidly intensifying. It's what happened with Andrew. It's what's happening with Harvey now. And in the case of Emily, remember, we were talking days out about we were going to get a heavy rain event here in Tampa. We were arguing over about 5 miles an hour, and it just tipped that scale, became a tropical storm. And suddenly it seemed like everyone sort of took notice because, oh my gosh, we've got a tropical storm, even though we've been talking about a significant rain event for days.
Either way, get prepared. It's important for all of us here in Florida to remember that as well.
And remember, this can happen here.
Exactly. All right, we'll track it with you again coming up in a few minutes, Ash.